in the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome to this episode of In the Mix here at the legendary Cutting Room 32nd and Park Avenue. I'm Gina Jordan. Now we're kicking off this episode with our Artist of the Week, Ginger Wildheart from the Wildhearts. Rihanna, Coldplay, and Katy Perry, mainstream artists that are signed to multi-million-dollar record deals, packed with the power and the budgets of a giant recording label behind them. It's no surprise they hit the chart. Today, thanks to the World Wide Web, the music biz is still drastically changing. More and more indie bands are surfacing and trying to gain recognition with social media, hitting the road, hoping to make a living on tour and merch.
Nobody said it was easy.
Yet, how many indie bands really make it? What is making it? Meet Ginger, the king of indie rock.
Hello, my name is Ginger Wildheart.
Ginger, known as one of the most prolific writers in the music industry, is also the lead singer of not one, two, three, and still counting indie rock bands, which include the Wildhearts, the Ginger Wildheart Band, and Hey Hello. Tracks like Another Spinning Rainbow are signature songs that have created a cult following worldwide. In 2012, Ginger earned the title of the King of Indie Rock by releasing a fan-funded solo album that not only outsold platinum studio stars, but raised more than $300,000 in a few hours. In the end, the Pledge Music campaign total grossed close to $1 million.
I want to make a triple album. 30 songs. I want you to pay for it.
The Wildhearts and the Ginger Wildheart Band recently had 3 sold-out shows in New York City. The best part was when ITM caught a heartfelt moment on stage. Fans went wild when Ginger brought his son Taylor center stage to perform How I Survived the Punk Wars.
The newest addition to our band, I'd like to bring on stage my son Taylor, who actually appears in the video for this song. And he's going to play some punk rock clarinet for you now. And he's going to sing the words.
Well, who better to ask the who, what, why of indie making music than Ginger Wildheart himself? L's and G's, put your hands together for Ginger Wildheart. Woo! Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for that. That was great.
So 3 sold-out shows in New York City.
It's always great to play in New York because you're in New York. It was a bit of a magic. I don't know. It was special.
That moment, I think, was a magical moment. To bring
Well,
How
my
old is
little
your
kid.
son? Taylor's
He's
your son.
4.
He looks older than 4.
Yeah, he acts older than 4. He acts older than his friend. I
Very
think it's because
composed.
we don't talk to him like he's, backward or anything. Like people sometimes talk to their kids like there's something
Like
wrong
baby
with
talk,
them.
like,
You know what I mean?
How many times have you done that where you brought him up on stage?
Twice this is. He got up at a festival once with my other 2 kids. I've got another 2 kids. but this is his first solo appearance. And he actually named Hey Hello.
I think it's fascinating how you have the Wildhearts and Hey Hello, and then the Wildhearts band. Break it down for me briefly. Just you have 3 bands currently, 4 bands.
Yeah, for now.
Break it down for me, those 4 bands.
One is the solo band, where I get to make music that is a bit more eclectic than the Wildhearts. That's called the Ginger Wildheart Band. Then the Wildhearts is the noisier side of me. They've been going for a while, and that one pays better. Then we've got Hey Hello, which is brand new. We've just done the video for that. The 4th one is Mutation, which is a very noisy project I'm doing with Napalm Death's bass player. Hello. That's not him, by the way. That's just some guy. I don't even know who that is.
The Wildhearts. I mean, you have this cult following. A lot of men.
We've got women as well.
You have women as well, but you've got a lot of men that are into it and they know all the lyrics.
Lonely men.
They literally like stand there and chant. They sing the lyrics with you every single song.
Well, when I was a kid, things were like sing-alongable. So it was an element that I always thought should be in a chorus anyway. So I kind of just, use that as part of my writing style. And when people started singing along, I never really paid much attention. That's what you do, you sing along. And I think that's what people like about Wildheart's gigs and other shows of mine, is it is a community in there. Everyone does kind of, they've got each other's backs.
We've dubbed you the king of indie rock. So studio deal versus the indie, what do you prefer?
It's much better doing it this way because you control it. There's no way that a record label would let me release the amount of records I want to release.
Something that we do here on the show, which is a lot of fun, is called Memory Lane. Woo! We're going to take you down a little memory lane. Want to go to the first photo?
No.
Tell us about this photo.
I'm on acid. True story. That was just before I discovered the Ramones' first album, and they all look like me. As you can see, I've got a Joey Ramone haircut there.
Very handsome.
No, I know.
I like you with the long hair.
It was one of those turning points that was kind of roundabout where I decided that I was definitely going to do music for a living. That's the Choir Boys. That was the first band I got sacked from. I actually joined the band because they were playing, supporting Guns N' Roses, and I couldn't get a ticket. So I met the singer and convinced him that he needed a second guitar player so I could get into the gig. And a year and a half later, they fired me. But I was behaving pretty badly. They were managed by Sharon Osbourne. And so I got to know Sharon before she was famous for being Sharon Osbourne. She wanted to keep me in the band because she was obviously used to bad behavior. And I promised myself that I would form a band and do just as well. And so I formed the Wildhearts. And the Wildhearts did really well, really quick. And when the Choir Boys came back from conquering the world, they said, how does it feel that there's another band called the Wildhearts doing really well? And I'm like, I think that's my band. So it was nice to rub it in the nose just a little bit.
And what's the next photo?
Oh, God, these pictures. Yeah, the Darkness are old friends of mine.
The Darkness is what gave some exposure to the Wildhearts.
Yeah. We got them as a support band when no one would touch them. After that, they supported Robbie Williams, and then, the whole world just opened up for them. But they were humble and nice enough to repay the favor by getting us on the tour with them when they broke the world, and they're still repaying us. They're very, very nice, humble chaps.
Okay, so what's the next shot?
Oh.
Let's say hello.
This is Hey Hello, the project that I'm doing with Victoria over there.
Victoria.
That is by Frank Kozik, and as you can see, he's pretty amazing.
And he also did a Nirvana cover and an STP cover?
Yeah, and the Melvins and Offspring, I think. He's most well known for the smoking labbit, them little things with the rabbit with a cigarette in his mouth.
Talk about the process of making the Hey Hello first album.
Originally, I was going to sing and play everything, and then I decided on my dream album, Victoria's going to sing. So I recorded all the music, I did my vocals, sent it to New York, and Victoria put her vocals on in New York. Recipe for disaster, potentially, but it worked really, really well. And now it's being released on The End Records.
The music business has changed drastically thanks to the World Wide Web. How has that affected you when it comes to creating music?
It's turned it right upside down. I was kind of starved out of doing this, really, by the the restrictions forced upon you by record labels. And I thought I was going to have to quit until we did the 555 album, and then the fans came to my rescue and enabled me to continue. I mean, all of the Wildheart music that we recorded don't belong to me, which is kind of one of the more criminal aspects of the music industry, to steal your stuff for the rest of your life. It's kind of like yours, you know?
How does your son inspire you, your youngest? Your children in general, and then your youngest son. How has he changed your life?
Well, he's just given me a reason to do it properly and get good at it. So I'm not going to embarrass him. Also, to leave a good legacy and to make him believe that if there's something you want to do, you should just follow it with all of your heart until you actually are doing it.
Did you ever think of this is what's going on in the industry and you would do the opposite? Or this is what's going on, so I should go in that direction? Do you ever think like that when it comes to creating music?
No, that's a wrong thing to do, because you're always going to be too late for the party if you try and chase trends.
Are you going to be performing anytime soon?
I'm going to be performing with the Wildhearts, doing our 20th anniversary shows in the UK, and then I'm going to go and record another album in August, and then probably write another album at the end of the year.
So log on to gingerwildheart.net and find out about all the different projects. Hey Hello, coming out July 23rd with their new album, their self-entitled album, Hey Hello. Thank you so much for being here, sir. It was an absolute pleasure. Everybody, let's give it a round of applause. Well, still to come, we've got Julianne Moore, Alexander Skarsgard, and the leading indie lady, Zoe Kazan. Don't move. Woo!
In the mix.
Just point.
With nowhere to
Just speak.
to turn.
Just share.
You saw me
As you naturally would.
and showed me
Just point.
how much I still
Just speak.
have to learn.
Just share.
And the odds
Smart. Inspired by you. LG Cinema 3D Smart TV.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by LG. Life's good.
In the mix.
Welcome back to this episode of In the Mix here at the new legendary Cutting Room, 32nd and Park Ave. I'm Gina Jordan. Now here at In the Mix, a segment that we love to do is called Movies You're Gonna Wanna Watch.
Why did I want to kick you out?
So that your sister could move in here.
Oh. That was nice of me.
In the Mix had a chance to sit down with the star of the film, The Pretty One, actress Zoe Kazan.
Daddy, are you crying?
Brooklyn-based actress Zoe Kazan has starred on the big screen alongside Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin in It's Complicated.
Totally out of nowhere, if you know what I mean.
Kazan also starred alongside Zach Galifianakis, Ted Danson, and Jason Schwartzman in HBO's Bored to Death.
I know we just had our first kiss and all, but could we do some role play?
Yet it's Kazan's latest indie film you're gonna wanna watch, The Pretty One, that's stirring up some industry buzz.
The Pretty One it's sort of like a comedy with a lot of drama in it. It's about a set of identical twins, and one of them dies in a car crash, and the other one gets mistaken for her sort of, you know, more vivacious, more adult twin, and she gets thrown into this very different life. She's been like living at home with her dad. She's like a real shut-in. So suddenly she's like dating men and out in the world and just living a completely different life. And it sort of raises the question, like, how do we look at ourselves, and how much do the way people look at us affect how we see ourselves and how we behave? And, you know, if you're given a fresh start, what would you act like? Who would you become?
I got in an accident. I have post-traumatic amnesia.
I took a look at The Parent Trap starring Lindsay Lohan for acting tips.
Zoe's sister actress Maya Kazan was her real-life inspiration for the role.
Sister. Okay. So, and you know, the movie that I made, The Pretty One, she's like very close with her identical twin, and I drew a lot on that. I'm like, me and my sis are real close.
The Pretty One recently screened at the Tribeca Film Festival, where critics raved about Zoe's performance.
This is our first festival that we're playing.
Congratulations. That's a huge honor, the Tribeca Film Festival. And do you get nervous when you have to sit down and sort of take it in with an audience right there as well?
I'm so petrified. It's like the worst thing in the entire world.
For the past 5 years, Zoe has been in a long-term relationship with actor Paul Dano.
Can you see her?
Dano starred in The Girl Next Door and Fast Food Nation, yet it was his performance in Little Miss Sunshine that proved to be Dano's big break. Zoe and Paul recently worked together in the film Ruby Sparks. Kazan didn't just star in the film, she wrote it.
People don't appear out of thin air.
She did.
How?
I don't know how.
I've just been trying to be as creative as possible. Last year I shot 4 movies and I didn't have any time to write. So this year I've been really trying to take that opportunity.
I don't think this experiment is going to work for me.
There has to be space in the relationship. Otherwise, it's like we're the same person.
You're in a relationship for a long time, so she doesn't need to sell herself, okay? How many years have you been with your man?
5.5 years. A long time.
You're still in love, just like day one?
It's so different. It's like, you know, at this point, he's like my family, you know. It's really different. I feel like I have a partner.
Right, it's all downhill from there. As soon as you start saying they're your brother, no.
No, not like that. I mean,
know I'm teasing.
We've made like a new unit.
I missed you in bed last night. Did you get some good writing done?
You know, my boyfriend's an actor, Paul Dano, and he and I have both been away from each other for work for big chunks of our relationship. And I actually think that helps it like stay fresh, weirdly, to have like these periods of time where you miss each other a lot.
Relationship tips with Zoe. Have some distance.
I have no tips. My tips are like get a bigger bed. Zoe revealed how both of their demanding schedules can get in the way of quality couple time. Paul's been in Atlanta shooting this movie Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. I lost him to the boys.
Yeah, that's a boys' club, too.
Bro out and drink tequila and eat food. Kazan is a busy lady. She doesn't plan to slow down anytime soon. In fact, her latest film project, she co-stars alongside Harry Potter actor Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. Just like a dream to work with. I mean, she's so much fun. She's so excited to be on set.
Zoe is absolutely amazing. It was an absolute pleasure being with you today.
Bye.
Now, still to come, we have more movies you're going to want to watch starring A-list actress Julianne Moore and True Blood star Alexander Skarsgard, who are in an indie film, What Maisie Knew. Now, these actors are in a role that you've never seen them in before, so don't move.
In the mix.
Just point.
With nowhere to look.
Just move.
To turn.
Just share.
You saw me
as you naturally would.
And showed me
just point.
Much I still
just move.
Have to learn.
Just share. Smart. Inspired by you. LG Cinema 3D Smart TV.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by LG. Life's good.
In the mix.
Welcome back to this episode of In the Mix here at the legendary Cutting Room. I'm Gina Jordan.
No, this is not a game, Beal. Come on, baby. Daddy's not going to pick you up anymore. I'm just going to pick you up, okay? Are you okay?
It's okay. I'm only her father.
Next up, Julianne Moore and Alexander Skarsgard co-star in an independent film, What Maisie Knew. Now, the two of these actors are playing roles that are complete departure from anything you've seen them in before. True Blood superstar Skarsgard makes an impressive transition in this next film you're gonna want to watch, What Maisie Knew, a modernized adaptation of the 1897 Henry James novel. Alexander goes from ruthless vampire to Lincoln, a doting father figure.
Someone is sick today, so I'm gonna have to go in and work, probably.
I could go with you then.
What Maisie Knew is the story of a little girl caught in the middle of her parents' ugly divorce.
I'm not taking her. I'm not taking her. They gave her to me.
Maisie is played by newcomer Onada April, who delivers a stunning performance that's getting tons of attention and rave reviews from critics.
My father married my nanny, so Court made my mommy get married too.
I felt like I was with you in the journey of on camera, falling in love with a child in a way, and having that relationship with a child is so special.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked about Lincoln when I first read it. There was something, first of all, very sweet and innocent about him, and
which is so not you, Alex.
I'm not sweet or innocent at all.
Skarsgard admitted the special connection he developed with the young actress was surprising and affected his own expectations about being a father someday.
He doesn't take care of himself and he's kind of lost in the beginning of the film, I think. And then because he's, he marries Julianne Moore's character just because she's like, this is the only way I can get custody of my own child, and he does it out of kindness in a way. But she's never there. She goes on tour. She's this rock star, so he ends up, in a weird way, stuck with this kid, but that is a blessing in disguise, because he, like you said, he falls in love with her, and he's like, how can these parents be so focused on their egos and fighting each other and neglect their child?
The most basic thing in life is connecting with a child, and when you do that, because it's happened for me with my niece, when that happens, it changes your life. It almost makes you realize there's more to life than being all about you and being in your head.
I think he's got a purpose, that he hasn't had before, and she kind of takes care of him in a way as well. And I think that obviously means a lot to him.
Alex admitted after he accepted the role as Lincoln, he was nervous about which young actress the producers would cast as Maisie. That was until he met Onata.
I can't do it. You do it.
It's your drawing.
When I read the script, Onata wasn't attached, and I thought it was a really great script and an interesting role, a character that was new and something I never played a character like Lincoln before. And I was a fan of Scott and David's. I'd seen Deep End, thought it was a great film, and but it was all, just the title, What Maisie Knew. It's all about Maisie, and she's in every single scene of the movie, and it's her emotional journey in a way. And so it doesn't matter how great the script is. It doesn't matter that you have, Julianne Moore or Steve Coogan involved, and with great directors. If you don't find the right girl, the movie won't work. And I talked to Scott and David about that, and they obviously agreed. It's all about finding the girl. And we met a couple of girls that were very good, very talented, but I was in LA working on a different project, and I got an email or a call first from Scott and David saying, I think we saw a girl today, I think we found the girl. And then they sent me a little clip of Onata, and I was just like, yeah.
She is.
It was just something like that energy. So when I flew out to New York, and like Onata said, that was the first time we got to meet, and I was nervous, I was excited, because I was like, I hope I was right when I saw the clip. I hope that energy, that I'll feel that in the room with her, because that's the whole film in a way.
Did you meet before you shot the film?
David, one of the directors at his house.
Cool. And that was the first time you got to meet Alex? Were you nervous to meet him?
I was nervous.
Did you have to do something specific together, like before you guys actually shot together? Did you guys hang out?
We when we were making a castle or something, we did that, and we made pop-up people, like we drew people, and then we cut them out. We made little rectangles so we could stand them up. Just
a relationship with a child, did it make you think differently in your own personal life about being excited to connect with a child like that?
In terms of working with kids, yeah, I've worked with kids before, but not like this. This is not in a way where like in this case where Onata is in every single scene. But my whole journey is just like following her in a way.
Was it fun to see him in New York? Have you guys done anything fun yet since you've been in New York City?
No, I just got in late last night. But I asked my publicist, I was like, I want to do press with Onata all day. So they paired us up, and then we got the premiere tonight, and then a party tonight.
So you're gonna party? You're gonna put on a party dress? Yeah. You're not from New York, right? You're visiting? I love how she looks at you. You guys definitely have that magical relationship. So, is she from New York?
Yeah.
You are from New York. Okay, you can say that. You can say, lady, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm from New York.
You can still experience the ruthless side of Skarsgard, starring on season 6 of the hit HBO series True Blood.
We have nothing to negotiate with. We have nothing to fight it with.
Yet, it's Alex's potential role in the upcoming remake of the epic film Tarzan that will have fans screaming out for more.
It would be easier if we didn't feel the need to fight. If we just let go.
What's the potential damage? severe.
If that's not enough Skarsgard for you, you can also catch Alex in theaters right now, starring in The East alongside his rumored new girlfriend, actress Ellen Page.
Who is she?
Welcome to the East, Sarah. I have something planned for us.
Speaking of love interests, Skarsgard's on-screen lover in What Maisie Knew was played by actress Julianne Moore.
Hey, you want to come in the booth with me while I sing?
Okay.
Come on.
In fact, Moore is a 4-time Oscar-nominated actress for playing tumultuous mom roles in several films such as Boogie Nights.
I'd like to say hello. I'd like to say hello to my son, and that's all.
Chloe.
I didn't ask you to do that.
And The Hours.
What Maisie Knew is tears.
I know.
Tears. It's such an incredible film.
Yet it's Moore herself that admitted her tear-jerking performance in What Maisie Knew as a tumultuous mom and pop star on the road was a first-time and challenging experience for the veteran actress.
Was it fun?
It was fun. That was actually my attraction to the film. I'd never played a rock star before, and I was kind of interested in that, you know. So it was fun and certainly a big challenge for me.
Moore admitted learning how to play the guitar, thanks to lessons with her successful musician friends, was something she secretly always wanted to do.
I only like 3 chords. I had a lot of encouragement from my families, from my friends who are musicians, and I work with our music supervisor, Pete, who was so great, so supportive and encouraging, and Alison Mossart of The Kills, you know, let us use her songs, and she was incredibly encouraging. More than I deserved, honestly. You know, she was just, so it was a fun experience for me.
Moore says one of the scariest parts of creating this film was performing live in front of an audience.
We sort of faked the audience too, so there was like the crowd was 4 people deep or something, is how you kind of move the camera around. But that was a scary day for me, having to like stand up and, move around and jump around like a rock star.
Moore shared why she decided to take on the role.
Was this a role that you could relate to personally?
No, I mean, my parents didn't get divorced, and so I never had that experience. And I think one of the things that was interesting to me is how powerless this poor little girl is in this situation. You realize that children they're not autonomous. They need to be taken care of. They need to be cared for. And in this case, she's cared for in a kind of a haphazard way, which is absolutely heartbreaking.
It was really heartbreaking. Onata did such an incredible job in this film.
She really did.
Was...
She's so lovely, right? Such a lovely young actress. So kind of open and curious and bright and trusting and very loving and seemed to really enjoy the work. And we tried to make her feel as safe and as comfortable as possible.
What made you choose the role?
The rock star part.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's why we love you.
That part, yeah.
Moore can most definitely relate to being a mom. In real life, Julianne is a mom of 15-year-old son Caleb and 12-year-old daughter Liv Helen. Moore's hubby is director Bart Freudenlich. The happy family of 4 are a common celebrity sighting in the West Village. In fact, Julianne admits her hometown of New York City is her favorite city to work in.
It feels great because I'm here at home in town. I actually said on the way to work this morning, I said the last few months have been fantastic because all the work I've had has been here in town. I get up in the morning, I make my kids breakfast, they go to school, I'm able to have dinner with them. It's great to be able to work in town. I love it. I just love it.
Yeah. You literally could roll out of bed and come into a set.
It's so great, yeah.
Do you see yourself taking on more roles where you're going to be singing? Are we going to see you on stage anytime soon or recording an album?
I don't know about that. I think this might be a, one-time only thing, yeah.
You can catch Moore, who's set to portray several more tumultuous moms in some upcoming film projects, including the remake of Carrie, co-starring with Chloe Grace Moretz, coming out this coming October, and Seventh Son with Ben Barnes, where Julianne plays an evil witch called Mother Malkin, plus Nonstop with Liam Neeson and Scoot McNairy. Moore plays Neeson's love interest, who's good with electronics. Mapped to the Stars is another upcoming film co-starring with Robert Pattinson and John Cusack.
We appreciate your candor. So thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Now, we just want to thank all of our guests today, Julianne Moore, Alexander Skarsgard, Zoe Kazan, and the one and only Ginger Wildheart from the Wildhearts. I want to thank everybody for working so hard today. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next time. Woo! In the mix. Would you mind playing a little Ask Ginger with us?
I love questions.
What is your secret ingredient to indie band success?
You've got to just take care of everything yourself. And the second most important thing is keep in touch with your fans.
When performing on stage, do you wear boxers or briefs?
I normally don't wear anything.
So I was wondering, can you offer any advice on how you started a cult or how to start a cult?
Target stupid people. That's what cults normally do, isn't it?
You are awesome.
Obviously. Check it out.